So, you're looking for a Christmas family movie to bring the kids? This ain't it. Hello and welcome to another video here at Movie Mash, and today we're going to talk about Violent Night. But before I carry on, hit the subscribe button just there, just below. Help the channel out a little bit. Now let's get to it. So Violent Night, starring David Harbour, is a film, the best way I could say it, it's a film about Santa Claus that he's not really happy these days because, like, he's a bit beaten up, bit trodden on. He doesn't believe in kids anymore because kids don't believe in him. They're all gimme, gimme, gimme. And as he says, you open up a present and all they want is the next one. They don't really want to see the one they have. They want to see the next one. He's still doing the Santa Claus thing, but he's lost faith and he doesn't want to do it anymore. But in the meantime, we have this rich senator type politician having a family gathering, and we'll say bad guys come along and they want to steal all the money and they're holding them hostage, and Santa becomes kind of has a kinship with a little girl that believes in him and he believes in her, and he's caught in this place and he wants to kick ass to save her and her family, and he beats the shit out of everyone. Now, David Harbour, I know him from bits and pieces over the years, but I know that most people know him from Stranger Things, which I've only seen the first season of that and I never quite got back into it, but I will. But I know he's very popular on it. I also know he did Hellboy. Now, for people who don't know, the last Hellboy was terrible, but he wasn't. He was good as Hellboy and a great choice. I still think he was right. Picking him for this, I wasn't sure. I mean, really, you know, him as Santa Claus, but wow. This guy, yeah, I mean, he looks like a big lump of a man anyway. But this guy, right, what he done on the film was he brought some kind of like badassery. Then you've got like the lovable Santa Claus at the same time, where you feel like he's just going to be straight on badass John McClane shit all the way through. Where there's times when you see him being real ho 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 lovable and Santa. There's a balance that he was able to bring to this that I don't think many people could have, but he really brought this balance of kick-ass and real sweet at the same time, and the mixture was really good and he did a really good job. So the best way to describe this movie would be Home Alone, Santa Claus the movie meets Bad Santa and Die Hard, a bit with John Wick kicked in as well at the same time. That's the best way to explain it. Now, what I liked about this film, and for those, I really liked it, was there was a mixture, a balance, like I said a minute ago, between, we'll say, like, all of the toughness, the badassery, but the film still felt like a kids film. It felt like this was actually a nice Christmas kids film. If you took all the violence out, you could have actually had a kids film. I mean, like a real sweet, you kept it was like it was filmed for kids, but with loads of violence. And the balance, which I thought could have been the tonally, could have been, no, they did it really well. It was comical, it was great. David Harbour was really good. Now, John Leguizamo, there's an actor I haven't really spoken about before. He's playing the villain on this. Now, I think he's, you know what, I really like him as an actor. I know people don't, but I do. He's been around for years and he's played it all. I mean, like, if you've seen him on Benny Blanco from the Bronx playing a badass. He plays badass, dopey, kind, good villain. He actually does a really good job in all of them, and he does a good job on this as normal, as though I expect him. So when I saw him turn up, which I didn't know he was going to be in, I was really happy to see him, and he brought his A game as he normally does. He's a really solid actor, and I really like to see him do kind of his own lead film, but you know what, we'll wait and see. Now, Beverly D'Angelo, she's in it, and it took me a few minutes to recognise who she was because it's been a long time since I saw her. And for those who don't know, she was from you know, the vacation films as Griswold, the Griswold wife in The Christmas Vacation and National Lampoon's Vacation. She played the wife, and I haven't seen her since then. She really did a good job. She plays kind of like a tough kind of senator type woman, and she, you know what, I'm not going to tell you all the details, but yeah, she did a really good job. There's a young girl on it who plays the kid. She brought the kind of the magic to the film that the film needed, where the kids side, the version of the kids and how she sees things, and it brings Santa to make him believe in Christmas again. And you know, it's a Christmas film, what do you expect? But they're all the positives. Now, the action was John Wick style, for real. Like, it was like John Wick. And David Harbour, he's really good at this action. He's comical. He's really kick-ass. He's a big guy as well. I didn't realize how big he is. And he does all the action is really good. So if you like action, this is the movie. But let's just hit the negatives. So when it comes to negatives, I don't really have any, because first of all, I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't a silly little kids film. And I don't mind silly kids films around Christmas, because it's that time of year when it's acceptable and I like them. But it wasn't. What I don't like is that the time, I felt like the runtime was a little bit too long. I don't want to put it down, but I really enjoyed it. It's just, I felt like I was getting kind of action fatigued towards the end. When I thought there was an ending, then there was a bit more and a bit more. And that's just my opinion. It's just, I feel like it was about 10 minutes too long, which on a second viewing, I'm sure I won't notice and I won't care. I was noticing, all right, this is going on a bit too much. Remember, I'm getting old and cranky and I'm more like Scrooge than Santa these days. Bah humbug. But as I say, in general, this is a great film. All the elements are here to make this a classic. But that's what I was going to say. Will this in 20 years be deemed as a classic? Because I actually think it's a possibility. I mean, I don't know how well the film is doing or how well it will do, but I do see this being as a Christmas classic. It's a possibility, because it's got all the elements of a Christmas movie that you would want to see, along with some kick-assery. Now, the problem that I think that may hold it back from being a Christmas classic is the fact that it isn't a kids' film. But saying that, Die Hard wasn't, and even though Die Hard is a Christmas film, it wasn't a Christmas film. But it's an R-rated movie, and it's now one of the most watched Christmas movies that there is. But will this be a classic? I don't know. I do feel that this has the potential, and I do feel this is something I could watch every year, and I probably might as well, because it was that good. I really enjoyed it. Now, bottom line, this film is a lot of fun. If you're looking for a Christmas good, feel good, kick-ass movie, then this is 100% for you. But my question is, what do you think? Have you seen this movie? Do you think that it could actually be a Christmas classic? Do you think it could stand the test of time like I do? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe as normal. But for now, and until next time,